Hello, everyone. I welcome you back to Josh Impact Insights, your weekly talk show about causes and effects.
Unless we work on all aspects for the development of society, there will not be any permanent positive change. We are working with more than 1 lakh households and half a million population. So this believes that as an organization, we should become redundant after 5 to 7 years in a geography. सेवा की जो भावना है, अगर young population में आ गई, our country can do wonders.
A large chunk of India's total population, that is nearly 67%, resides in rural villages of the country, which lack most basic amenities and infrastructure. Thus, the CSR agenda and task for nation building and development is mammoth. The value addition in development can also be enhanced by corporates through their resources and skills sharing and employee volunteering in rural villages through building partnerships with implementing agencies working in rural space. Many NGOs are playing a vital role in the rural development of India. One such NGO is Swadesh Foundation, founded by Ronnie and Zarina Skruwala, operating with the single-minded focus of empowering rural India. Their aim is to create a model for development that can be replicated at scale across India. Today we have with us Mr. Mangesh Wange, CEO at Swadesh Foundation. He has more than 3 decades of general management experience as well as in leading successful startups in corporate and social sectors. Today, Mr. Wange will talk about how Swadesh Foundation is creating a huge impact by bringing together best global practices, corporate thinking and accountability, highest standards of corporate governance to create a model of sustainable development, which is an industry benchmark. Sir, welcome to Impact Insights.
My pleasure, Tavishi.
We would love to hear from you a little bit about the foundation and its activities.
Okay, so Tavishi, Swadesh Foundation is a grassroots implementation organization, and we work for rural empowerment. So this foundation believes in holistic development, not just one aspect. So we believe unless we work on all aspects for the development of society, there will not be any permanent positive change. So because of this 360-degree approach, we work in area of say sanitation and water, which are very primary basic needs, then health and education, and finally livelihoods, which we call economic development. And since we are into implementation, and there's a model is like holistic, we take complete geography. You'll not find like other many other NGOs will say I am in 10 states or 15 states and so many districts. But for us, it is very deep and holistic in a concentrated geography. So we work in 7 blocks of Raigad districts in Maharashtra and 4 blocks of Nasik. And we take complete geography. So because of that, our reach is very good. We are working with more than 1 lakh households and half a million population.
I am sure being concentrated at a certain geography helps to bring a larger impact and wider reach. In addition to this, Swadesh has this unique 360-degree approach to rural development. Can you tell us a little about that?
While as I mentioned, while it is holistic approach, we do everything. But please understand that does not mean we do everything by ourselves. So by nature, the way model has to be successful, we have to collaborate. And that is our belief also. Unless we collaborate with everyone, first community, then local government, state and district government, and all our partners. So collaboration is at the center. Second part of our strategy is 4E. And that is, I think, is the driving force for us. And 4E stands for first E, engagement, and that is where the process starts. Second is empowerment of community. Third is execution, and fourth is exit. Now, exit means for sustainability. So this believes that as an organization, we should become redundant after 5 to 7 years in a geography. And that is real empowerment, right? So as Swadesh also stands for So Se Bane Desh, we make our own country. So in all the 4 E's, while engagement and empowerment is the starting point, and we bring large part either in terms of resource or expertise by ourselves or with partners in execution mode. Empowerment and exit, they have to be really planned and implemented on ground.
How do you think one can maximize the impact of funding in rural development?
So, very interesting question and very important question, Tavish, if you ask me. I personally believe money or resources per se is not that big a problem. Yes, you have to organize, you need an effort. For us at Swadesh, important thing is sustainability. As I said, 4E. So if you follow our 4E principle, if that is really understood in letter and spirit and implemented in letter and spirit, I think you can get best of impact in any projects anywhere in the world. You know, in many villages, when we entered, we found government has spent a lot of money and created a water scheme or some Anganwadi, but that is in bad shape. कब बना था भाई, maybe 2-3 years back, and this is a pretty sorry state of affairs now, and we highlight this issue with the villages. Now if you want Swadesh to work there, and this is the reflection of your ownership and commitment, so something is, it is not government job to take care of this. Government is doing one part of it, right? We take opportunity comes, you should be able to take advantage. So it is the mindset and behavior, ownership. I think these aspects, which for us falls in engagement category. If you ask me, the source of problem or solution of problem of impact lies there. How much engagement ownership community has.
Funding is always a challenge when it comes to NGOs. How do you manage funding for the foundation?
Let me start with an interesting story here. So Swadesh Foundation was earlier known as SHARE, SHARE, Society to Heal, Aid and Restore. And Ronnie Screwvala, Zarina Screwvala started long back this small, I'll say small in the size terms. Intent was always big that we should do something good for society. So in some villages, they were doing few activities from late 90s till 2013-14. And in 2013-14, Share became Swadesh, which is Shah Rukh Khan's movie, which Ronnie had produced. And then they traveled across India, understood what can be done. And this holistic approach is something which came up from at that time, that instead of doing few water schemes, girl child education, let us look at holistic development. 2014-15 was the time when we decided to expand. That is the time when Government of India had got in this 2% CSR rule. And of corporates then and even now are struggling to find good NGOs. It is not that the good NGOs are not there, there are many. But for any corporate, especially who want to donate and contribute, they always want good, credible organization. Initially, Ronnie Zarina were not keen. They said, we will spend our own money, we don't want anyone's. Then our board of advisors, we have seen, we have very good advisory board. We have people like Mr. Harsh Mariwala, Mr. Amit Chandra, Zia Modi, Dr. Mashelkar, and last month, Dr. from Narayana, Dr. Devi Shetty has come on our board. So our board also suggested Ronnie Zarina that we should open up and take money from others, because people want to contribute for good cause and they are looking for good NGO, and you are a good NGO, so you should take it. But Ronnie Zarina believe if I start taking money from others, my responsibility goes up. So we are more answerable and we need to be very sure of our own system and governance. And this is so true. But as a policy, we will not take government money. So then we opened up. And that is the starting point of any fundraising. First is my internal systems. First is belief that it is very important. I am responsible for others' money and it is for the needy community. So that belief is there. That is the biggest strength of Swadesh. Second is entire mechanism, which is regulatory requirement for 2% CSR, any donor needs. But even more than that, our management also needs. All our program leaders and everything, they can plan and implement only if there is a good visibility. Invested a lot in our monitoring and evaluation system, in governance. So idea was to strengthen our governance, make it as good as any corporate governance, which I believe we are. We also go for third-party validations, our own audit, independent audit. And that is even before donations coming. Ronnie Zarina very clear. We all have come from corporate background. So we brought those principles and practices here.
A very important part of moving forward is giving opportunity to our youth. How do you think we can maximize opportunities for youth in rural India?
So today, entire young population in India, which is say in early adolescent, 11, 12 years of age or 13 years of age, next 5 years, and you think of all urban and rural, it is as a country we should look at it. So there are certain things as a nation we need to do right now in that age group. The age group to be targeted is 12 to 18. Then people who are already in the age group of 18 to 25, their challenges and needs are different. And there is less time to do certain intervention, right? 25 to 35, again, there is different. So we have to look in different segments and think and understand what are the need gaps there and opportunity to do some intervention. So that is how we start thinking at Swades and myself and my team. We think on those lines. And then we plan and design our programs. First, we have to understand in age that group what is the behavior. But what we also figured out 2 years back, whether students who are doing well academically or this youth who undergo skilling program or struggle due to academic reasons, both of them, they need very good life skills, soft skills. Even if after 18 they start their own enterprise or do farming or do skilling, welding का काम कर रहे हैं, कुछ भी कर रहे हैं, they need to have good life skills. During COVID time when schools are closed, they are teaching younger kids in their school कि हम गांव के लिए तो सेवा की जो भावना है अगर young population में आ गई, our country can do wonders, right? So this is where I think more and more Swades need to be created across India with this philosophy and principle. So we believe Swades is a thought. It is not an organization. Yes, we are working there. Ours is a lab. Ronnie is going to keep saying it is something, a model of development we want to create for others to learn and replicate as per their situation. So come, you can work with us as volunteers, support us through even as simple as individual fundraising, and critique us. You join us on our LinkedIn, Twitter handle, Facebook, Insta handle. We have good digital platform. Personally, you can join my or even Ronnie's arenas. You can follow us and connect. We keep updating daily whatever is happening. So at least that you can do as a first step. You suggest us how you can contribute and support us. And if you want to learn, always welcome. And all the best, whatever you want to do. I always say, not just Josh, but also Hosh.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time and for these valuable insights. I'm sure a lot of corporates and individuals will come forward to help towards this cause for empowering rural Indians.